Welcome back to the Pioneer Sideline. I'm your host, Aaron Cooney, and we're going to talk little Pirates baseball in the Courthouse Tavern case of the week. Matt Desmond off to my left, Kevin Calhoun, and Chris Hoffman here on my right. And guys, take a look at the Pirates team. Spring was in the air. We got a little cold, though, actually, the past couple of days. But spring training's going on. The team's going to move up north pretty soon. Let's look at expectations for the Pirates. I mean, how good can they be, and what will they do this season? Chris.
You know what? Expectations should be somewhat high for the Pirates this season. They showed last year, they had success. They have the young guns to do it. They brought in some veteran arms and some veteran players. Realistically, I see them, they could finish third in this NL Central. I mean, the NL Central has lost some power bats this year.
I mean, realistically, I think they can be in fourth place. I mean, I'm a diehard Pirate fan, but let's look at the realistic standpoint here. You're losing A.J. Burnett. He's out for about a month, but I mean, that's not totally horrible right there. But the thing I'm not really too fond of is you have Eric Bedard starting as your opening day starter. He is an injury bug waiting to happen. I just don't know if he can actually get throughout the month of May as a healthy starter. So there's a lot of question marks to see if this team will do well this year. You have to really bank off of see if Pedro Alvarez will actually turn in a solid season. I think I'm a very big believer in Pedro, but I mean, he has to come around and actually be that player that we thought he was going to be. And for the Pirates to actually be a competitive team this year, their pitching rotation has to pitch more than 100 games. So if they can do that, they can compete in the NL Central with this dumbed-down roster that the other teams have without Prince Fielder and Albert Pujols. But, I mean, it's going to take a lot of work, and a lot of question marks are going to have to be answered.
Shockingly, this is the fourth time I've done a Pirate preview. I think that at their best, this team could finish second in the NL Central. I think the NL Central is terrible right now. You mentioned the two guys. The two biggest free agent moves this offseason were Fielder and Pujols, both out of the NL Central. You look at a team like Houston. Now, the interesting thing about the NL Central is being 6 teams, it's the largest division in baseball. The Pirates have 95 in-division games this year against substandard teams. If you can split at worst with these teams, and that's at the worst, then this team could easily finish second. I think Cincinnati is head and shoulders better than the rest of the teams in this division, but that's at their best. Are we going to talk about what will happen? Because I think Matt's about on point there at fourth.
Fourth?
Yeah, I think, I think this team always has kind of those expectations here in Pittsburgh of this is the year. It's not. It hasn't been for the last 3 years that I've been doing this, and it's not this year. This team's going to be sub 500 again. Might be one of the last seasons they go sub 500, but it's going to happen again.
Now, Chris, you had them at third, and you seem to be the bigger optimist here for the Pirates and how they can fare. Why is that?
I see them finally turning the corner this year. They brought in some veteran arms. That was the problem with the Pirates last year. They had all these young arms that never really pitched a whole season before, so they reached game 100, 115. Their arms were worn down. These veterans, they can help these young guys out because they can pitch the long innings, go 7-8 innings if possible with A.J. Burnett and Eric Bedard. Rest of the bullpen, they have solid relievers. Evan Meek will be coming back this season. Solid setup, man. Joel Hanrahan, one of the best closers last year, can close any game we saw last year. They have plenty of talent. Now the players, they saw what it was like to taste the success of victory. They know what that feels like, so they're going to keep trying to strive to do that.
I mean, I agree with you on some points there. Their bench is going to be much more, the depth is going to be there. They're going to have Nate McLeod, who I think is going to be an outstanding bench player for the Pirates. He's going to be one of the best bench players that we've seen in quite a while. And, another player I like, he's going to be a sleeper, Yamiko Navarro. He is a player that came over from Kansas City, a very good bat coming into the system. But really, the question marks really rely on the pitching staff. You saw Paul Mulholland, he left the system to go to the Chicago Cubs.
Not a huge loss.
But you have a consistent pitcher there, a pitcher that's going to give you 200 innings. But you're going to have to find another pitcher who's going to do so. Now, I really don't see another pitcher doing that because the injuries are just going to be coming into the system, and there's not going to be really a consistent arm in the system.
Matt, I'm with you there because, Chris, you talked about bringing in these veteran arms. I mean, you want to talk about Eric Bedard. Matt hit it on point about 5 minutes ago when he said this guy's injury prone. Believe me, I'm from New England. I grew up a Boston Red Sox fan. I saw what this guy did there last year. They brought him in as kind of maybe he's an insurance policy. No, this guy gets hurt too easily. Again, does this team always have those young talents, the guys that can push them further into the playoffs, toward the playoff run? Yes, but does it ever happen? No, because they continuously move players out of the system.
But really, hold it right there. I want to throw out one more question for you guys because it's a pretty big thing around here. Pedro Alvarez, did they put in too much time for him? Are the Pirates, does he need to be sent down? Or is this, maybe another wasted pick? Real quickly, guys.
I think, you have to give him one more shot, and if it doesn't work this time, you have Casey McGahee. He might not be a defensive player, but I think, this is the chance. Give him about a month or two, and if he doesn't perform, he's out of there.
Yeah, I agree with Matt. Pedro Alvarez doesn't really pick up his game. He's got to go. You got McGee as a backup right now. He showed what he could do in Milwaukee. You need to get someone in there that's a solid third baseman.
You guys were right 2 years ago. This guy's clearly overstayed his welcome. He hasn't hit the stride that he was supposed to. It's been enough, and this is, again, why the Pirates have so many losing seasons in a row.
We'll see how they do. We get out of here. Pioneer Sideline, same Pioneer time, same Pioneer channel. Enjoy WrestleMania on Sunday.
Oh, word.
Really